Who's better, MJ and LeBron?
I just think it's the way we are. We have to have a comparison. I played against Michael, and I just have always put Michael as number one. But that shouldn't take anything away from LeBron or Magic or Kareem, who I think gets overlooked way too much as well. Kobe as well. I mean, but Michael to me is the greatest player. He's the GOAT, right? And it's okay that everyone measures themselves against him. You look at boxing, Muhammad Ali, in my opinion, is the GOAT. But there's been a lot of great fighters after that you can make an argument for, and you can obviously make an argument for LeBron. Me, I'm always taking MJ until I see something better.
But I think LeBron's going to have the greatest career, or has already.
Yeah.
He has the greatest career to ever have. And actually, Kareem is second, in my opinion, as far as length of career and done all these great things. What's the one stat? And I'm killing it, so it's going to be wrong. But I think there's 5 players that have won the MVP in the regular season, won the MVP in the finals, won the scoring title, was Defensive Player of the Year, or made the defensive team. And you know who the 5 are? Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan.
Really? That's wild.
And so, I mean, there's so many stats like that.
And you played against them.
Yeah.
And you've coached against LeBron. You've coached against Kobe.
Yeah.
You've coached against all of them.
And all of them had to grow.
Yeah.
Michael's rookie year, he was dominant. So was LeBron. Kobe probably was young, so he probably took a little bit longer. Michael's and LeBron's more, being a student of the game grew. It's funny, when we beat them twice when I was in Boston, I thought he was the best player in the NBA, but I didn't think he was the best student of the game. Like Garnett knew every play, everything. And now when you hear LeBron talk, that's LeBron. I remember the game when he went to Miami. We played him an exhibition game or a regular season game, and he started calling out our sets. And I want to say it was Tibbs, but I'm not sure if it was or not. Whoever was next to me, I turned and said, oh boy, we're in trouble. Detroit was trying to take Michael out.
Yeah.
You don't see anyone doing that.
Oh, yeah. Bill
now.
and Beer was like, no blood, no foul.
Yeah, you just don't see that now. Nor could they, or you get suspended.
Yeah.
And that's probably good for the game. But, even my mindset was Michael was better than me. I got that, but not today. That was always my thought. Mike's going to have a bad night today. Oh, you're better. But tonight, it's not going to be your night. Now, that doesn't mean he didn't have a lot of great nights. I remember saying there's no way a guy's going to be able to finish the season playing that hard. Because he played. That's where people don't get his intensity was extreme. And it never wavered in his whole career. I thought he wasn't going to last a year doing that. He did it for a career. I mean, the one Bulls team, when you look at all the great teams statistically, I had retired. And I think that year with Rodman and all those guys, they were number 1 in rebounds, number 1 in offensive rebounds, number 1 in forced turnovers, number 1 in least amount of turnovers, best field goal percentage.
Good.
I mean, when you looked at the numbers, they literally can't lose.
Yeah.
They were number 1 in every category on both sides of the ball.
In the history of basketball, there have been thousands of articles and millions of debates circling one timeless question: who is the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Fans throw out statistics. Media outlets build endless comparisons. Analysts dissect every number, every accolade. But all of those arguments come from the outside looking in. Doc Rivers was different. He didn't just watch from afar, he stood face to face with Michael Jordan on the court, feeling his force and his relentless intensity. And years later, as a head coach, Rivers had to scheme against LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, trying to stop them in real battles. Rivers is one of the rare few who has lived through both worlds. He didn't study greatness from a distance. He battled it in real time. And this is the verdict he delivered. Michael is the GOAT. LeBron may have the greatest career, but Jordan is the greatest player. Those words hit like a hammer, blow the testimony of a living witness to history. It pays respect to LeBron's unmatched longevity, 2 decades of dominance, a mountain of records, but it also drives home a truth that cannot be shaken. Jordan's peak was untouchable, his greatness absolute. Rivers did not dismiss LeBron, nor did he minimize Kobe. He even mentioned Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, titans who often get overlooked in modern debates. But when pressed to choose, he didn't hesitate. Michael Jordan is the standard. That is the heart of the matter. Jordan is the absolute measuring stick. LeBron, Kobe, every legend after they are all compared to him. When we talk about the GOAT, Jordan is not one of many names on a list. He is the name against which every other name is measured. Rivers went further, drawing a chilling comparison. In boxing, Muhammad Ali is the GOAT. After Ali came Tyson, Holyfield, Mayweather, each great, each iconic. Yet when people say GOAT, the first name on their lips is Ali. Because Ali wasn't just a fighter, he was the standard by which greatness is defined. In basketball, Michael Jordan is that Ali. He isn't simply the best player, he is the very definition of greatness itself. That's why Doc Rivers, a man who clashed with Jordan as a player and strategized against LeBron as a coach, could say without hesitation, "I'm always taking Michael until I see something better." And so far, no one has done it. LeBron James, the symbol of endurance. If Michael Jordan was the storm that reshaped history in a single blazing decade, then LeBron James is the great river that has flowed for more than 2 relentless decades. Even Doc Rivers, who faced LeBron as a coach, admitted, "LeBron may have the greatest career we've ever seen. No one can deny LeBron's endurance." Entering the NBA at 18, he carried the weight of the world's expectations. And somehow, not only did he survive, he remained at the top for over 20 years. Even legends like Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett suffered valleys of decline. LeBron did not. He turned career longevity into his unique weapon. Doc Rivers remembered. In the beginning, LeBron relied almost entirely on athleticism, his speed, his power, his leaping, but with time, he became a true basketball scholar. Rivers recalled a game in Miami where LeBron stood on the floor, calling out Boston's plays before they even ran them. Rivers turned to his assistant and muttered, "We're in trouble." LeBron had transformed from pure talent into an on-court genius, reading the game like a coach in uniform. LeBron's resume is staggering. Over 1,560 regular season games, averaging 27 points, 7.5 rebounds, 7.4 assists, surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading scorer with more than 42,000 points, the only player ever with at least 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists, 21 consecutive All-Star selections, 3 All-Star MVPs, 4 Champ League MVP, 4 Champ Finals MVP, 4 NBA championships, 6 All-Defensive Team selections, in the playoffs, nearly 300 games, over 12,000 minutes, most in history, and more than 8,200 points, the all-time record. This is why Doc Rivers could say, "If you're talking about a career, LeBron is number 1. He is living proof of a perfect body, iron discipline, and an unbreakable will. But here lies the difference. Longevity does not equal absolute greatness. A novel with 1,000 pages may impress, but a short epic that shakes eternity becomes immortal. LeBron is the long novel. Jordan is the immortal epic, and even Kobe Bryant, the fiery flame, the assassin spirit who lit up arenas and struck fear into rivals, openly admitted, "Everything I know, I learned from Michael." When even Kobe bows to Jordan's shadow, it reveals the truth. LeBron may have the longest career. Kobe may have burned brightest, but Jordan remains the eternal original. Michael Jordan, the untouchable peak. Some players are great because they win. Some are great because they last. But only one man is great because he did it all, and he did it at a level no one else has ever touched. That man is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Jordan didn't need 20 years to pile up numbers. He only needed 15 seasons. And in that time, he built an Everest no one has ever climbed. Doc Rivers once revealed a truth that still sends chills. There's a list that only one name appears on regular season MVP. Finals MVP. Scoring champion. Defensive player of the year. All. Defensive team. And that name is Michael Jordan. Not LeBron. Not Kobe. Not Kareem. Only Jordan. That resume is like a secret code of basketball, and Jordan alone holds the key. But Jordan's uniqueness wasn't just in the numbers. He embodied relentless intensity. Rivers admitted, no one can play at that level for a whole season. Yet Jordan did not for 1 year, but for his entire career. Every game was treated like Game 7. Every drive, every mid-range jumper, every post-up executed with the ferocity and precision of a man who played as if it were his last possession. And he did it in the most brutal era basketball has ever seen. Jordan's time had no flagrant 2, no video review, no referees rushing in to protect the superstar. When he attacked the rim, Bill Laimbeer would crash into him like a wall, Dennis Rodman would hammer down, Mahorn would throw his whole body at him. The unspoken law of that era was no blood, no foul. And Jordan didn't just endure it, he ruled it. The Chicago Bulls of that era didn't just win, they crushed the league. Remember the 1996-97 season. Number 1 in rebounds, number 1 in offensive rebounds, number 1 in forced turnovers, number 1 in fewest turnovers, number 1 in field goal percentage. The stats said one thing: they cannot lose. And at the heart, the soul, the fire of that perfect machine stood Michael Jordan. Even the legends who followed bowed to him. Kobe Bryant, with all his greatness, openly admitted, "Everything I know, I learned from Michael." Kobe, one of the fiercest flames the game has ever seen, was still just the disciple. LeBron James, with the longest and most decorated career, still cannot escape the constant comparisons to Jordan because he has never escaped his shadow. Jordan is unique because he didn't just win, he set the standard by which all winning is measured. He didn't just score, he turned scoring into an art. He didn't just play, he turned every game into legend. There have been hundreds of great players in history, but only one man has made every generation after ask, "Can I ever reach that level?" And for over 3 decades, the answer has remained the same. Number. Jordan is the measuring stick. Jordan is the storm. Jordan is basketball. And everyone who came after Kobe, LeBron, or anyone else has simply been walking on the road he paved long ago. A historical lens. Jordan and Muhammad Ali. In sports, there are names that transcend their game, crossing beyond the boundaries of competition to become eternal symbols of greatness. And when Doc Rivers spoke of Michael Jordan, he compared him to only one name: Muhammad Ali. Ali wasn't just a boxer. He was the thunder of an entire era. In the 1962nd and 72nd, Ali wasn't merely stepping into the ring, he was a cultural force, a social icon, and above all, the undisputed standard of greatness in boxing. After Ali came legends: Mike Tyson with his devastating knockout power, Evander Holyfield with his warrior's heart, Floyd Mayweather with his flawless record. Yet despite their greatness, when the word GOAT is spoken in boxing, the first name that leaps to mind is Ali. Michael Jordan in basketball is the same. Before him, the NBA had Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, towering icons. After him, the world saw Kobe Bryant burn like fire, LeBron James endure like a river. But when the idea of GOAT is raised, the instinctive first name is Michael Jordan, because like Ali, Jordan didn't just win. He redefined what winning means. Ali was the greatest, not only for his jab, but because he changed how the world looked at boxing. Jordan is the GOAT, not only for 6 championships, but because he changed how the world looked at basketball. Ali entered the ring with a defiant swagger, eyes that dared the world. Jordan entered the court with a killer's focus, a stare that froze opponents in fear. One wore gloves. The other gripped a basketball, but both inspired the same thing: absolute fear and absolute reverence. Doc Rivers said it clearly: Ali is the GOAT in boxing, and Jordan is the Ali of basketball. When you are not just greater than others, but you become the standard by which every generation after must be measured, you have gone beyond sport You have become immortal. Jordan doesn't need debates to be the GOAT, because his very existence is the reason the word GOAT was created. Explosive conclusion. The GOAT of all GOATs. LeBron James, the symbol of endurance, the giant career that has stretched across more than 2 decades. He is living proof that human greatness can be sustained far longer than anyone thought possible. Kobe Bryant, the eternal flame, the assassin's spirit, greatness that burned white-hot in every moment. And yet, even he admitted, "Everything I know, I learned from Michael." As brilliant as he was, Kobe was still the student always chasing the original. And Michael Jordan? He was the storm that changed the history of basketball forever. The man who set the standard that has stood unbroken for over 3 decades. The reason the very concept of GOAT exists. Jordan was never just a player, never just a legend. He is the son of basketball, the eternal light by which every generation must measure itself. LeBron may have the longest career. Kobe may have burned the brightest flame. But Jordan is the sun, the eternal light of basketball, and the GOAT is only one.